Family is important. Ha! Not until they then show that when a will is involved, family is a bunch of... I can't even think of a polite way of saying it. Selfish, narcissistic, arrogant, selfish, horrible people. Right now, that's how I think of half of my family. Well, alright, 3/4 of my family. Alright. 98% of my family. Family are not family. My parents were wonderful people, but they adopted me. My birth mother was a wonderful woman. Big pause for a reason. She was a wonderful woman. And then we get somebody using the family card who really doesn't understand what the hell that actually means. I'm talking about my so-called adopted brother. He's got no knowledge of what family is. Never did. From early age, he didn't. I want to know what my mother is like. He'd been told. So had I. He was being snidey. He was being creepy. He was being... can't use that word. He was being nasty. From an early age, he learned to manipulate my parents. That isn't family. You don't manipulate people. You don't use people. But from an early age, he learned to do that. So at 16 or so, when he went to the Falklands, I was positively joyous. Unfortunately, he came back. And he was celebrated. And everybody was nice about him. Fine. And then he came back again. And I cleared up his messes. His horrible foot, 2 toes of which had been removed and needed cleaning. I do resent that now, by the way. You know how to do this, don't you, Neil? Yeah, I do. Doesn't mean I want to do it again. Who wants to clean up gangrene? Voluntarily? But he continued staying with us, and unknown to both my father and I, he brought more hassle to us. So when somebody says family is family, I swear blind, I laugh. My brother, and I truly do actually still believe in him as my brother. He sickens me. He brought nothing but hassle to my family. And now he is trying to get my father's money after my father disinherited him. Why is it hard for the law to accept that my brother's a pariah? He did nothing for my folks while he was alive. Nothing. But now my father's dead, he wants his money. And my father was very specific about what he wanted. Very. A will is very specific. If I ever write one, and I should, I'll write everything that intimates that a particular friend gets everything that I've got, because in the last year I wouldn't be here if it hadn't been for him. What Ian Kendrick is doing to me is killing me. He's a wind-up merchant who has abused my parents for 20 years, maybe more. He was horrible then, and he's being horrible now. He won't accept what was agreed by my father. My father doesn't like him very much. Didn't like it. Sorry, my apologies, got that wrong. He didn't like him very much. He'd become something that was horrible. Totally selfish. And I'll say in truth, although it's difficult to be where I am now, I'm still very thankful for the folks who gave me what I have. Joan Lancaster and Brian Neil Kendrick were wonderful people. Generous, kind and loving. And they taught me ever so much. They taught me to be who I am. To be generous and kind and loving. Unfortunately, my brother doesn't feel the same way. And that's a real pity. I do think they'd be disappointed by him. But, unfortunately, my family are disappointed in me. Because I want to abide by my father's will. Personally, now, after almost 3 years, I think that's more than a tad reasonable.